Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your boy DJ Fanatic Beats, content contributor for LiveOffBeats.com. Yo, welcome to this beat breakdown video. If you'd like to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram at DJ Fanatic Beats or Sounds for Producers on Instagram as well. So, this is a beat breakdown. Yo, this beat, man, it has like this vibe to it. It's a nice party club beat. I could hear Drake on it, maybe the Baby or Meek Mill. Like, I hear a lot of artists on it. It's a lit beat. It has a lot of great energy. It's a party beat. It just came out really good. So I'm happy and excited to share this with you. So it's a nice beat breakdown, just showing you different things I did with the beat and also some techniques here and there. So anyway, I'll start out with a loop. Sometimes when you just want instant, inspiration, just one simple loop can just change things. So I'm actually going to play the loop without any effects by itself. It's a piano loop. And it looks like I only EQ'd and half-timed it. Did I pitch it? I think I did. Yes, I pitched it up. It was a lower loop, so I don't want to mess this up. So anyway, it was lower than this. I could undo it. Actually, yeah, let's do it. Copy. And let's reset. Close that. I'm sure that's the same. So anyway, let's reset. And this is what it sounds like when doves cry. My bad, that was a Prince reference, but excuse me. My bad, excuse me, that was a Prince reference. But anyway, this is what the loops sound like with no effects and no pitching, nothing. So, that got me excited. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be a dope trap beat. But then when I started doing stuff, it's always good to like explore. Using pitching to start with is cool. Let's paste that value. That was 62. And looks like I did the old reversal trick. Notice I hit reverse at the end of the bars. I did this on the last video I just did. Let's paste that back in there. And so far, this is the loop pitch up. And it actually sounds a little better, pitched up to me and a little creepier. And then, let's see, in the mixer, added some EQ. I did a very unique EQ. I think this is called bandpass, where you cut. It's basically looks like a pyramid. Cut the highs and the lows. So check it out. With it off. Now notice when I turn it on, it isolates those frequencies just right in this little pyramid, and it basically cuts off the, you can visually see it right here. And I wanted to focus in and hone on those particular frequencies. So next I added halftime. And halftime you can do some awesome things with and pull down the mix level to 68%. And this gave it like an underlining melody, like a darker, deeper melody. I had it on 2 bars. And I was messing around with the smooth effects. You can come up with some cool stuff here. Check it out. Beautiful. Beautifully dark. That is just insane. I love it. So it sounds like a lot more is going on. I can even take out the EQ and come up with a little different feel. And I can automate that on and off, but I didn't do that in the beat, so I'm getting excited in beat making mode. Looks like I did something here. Oh, it's an automation for volume of the piano in the verse. So next thing I added, before I get sidetracked, was let's see, I think it's a piano. That's pattern 1. My bad. I came up with some cool chords, and I don't think that's a piano, so check it out. already lit. This beat is already getting exciting. So just those two simple things, man. It sounds like you got a lot going on, get some energy building, and that was just an interesting sound that I chose to go with that. So next I added a let's see, what is this? Looks like another, like some type of lead, so like a softer lead. So check it out. Woo, yeah. Anyway, that lead, actually, notice visually the notes are longer and you got short notes here, so, and the piano's playing all this choppy stuff. So I was like, yo, let me contrast that with longer notes. So you got duration contrasting with short notes, and also the type of sounds that I chose to put in this beat. So it has this darkness, it has this energy, it has this potency, and it's time for some drums. So I started out with I think it was like a bounce snare, so check it out. No, I went straight to kick and snare. So usually when I go straight to kick and snare is when I want to get the main core rhythm down of the beat that I want to make. It doesn't matter what order you do your music. I hate it when like everyone says you got to do it this way. Producers do it this way. Making music, whatever flows for you. And I noticed that certain times drums would come first or second, or a kick and snare, or I might just come up with a snare first and then do hi-hat. It doesn't matter the order you do it in. It just, the end result's what matters. And anyway, this particular beat, I did a kick and snare. So check it out. All right, you notice on the processing of the kick, I use Fruity Soft Clipper. It's a little tip here, and I think I did a video on it, but anyway, this is how you can make your drums sound super hard. Fruity Soft Clipper, it's a compressor or a limiter in a sense, and you can stop it from going past a certain threshold. And what you can do in the drum sound, and I could have made this hit harder, you can go to your wrench tool and increase the volume level, so that makes it hit a little harder. Be careful because you can go into red and whatnot, but you can also stop it in certain areas. But that's a little trick to make your drums hit a little harder. And I think I used EQ always. I isolated this frequency because I wanted some of the low mids to come through. And the snares, you hear they're layered and they're crunchy, and look, I didn't even have to put EQ on that one. That was just hitting hard. And so I EQ'd a little, raised a little bit of the 3000 hertz area just to give it a little brightness, and also high a lot of low mids in this particular snare. Let's play that snare by itself without EQ. Hear that? So let's keep the compression on with EQ. Big difference, right? And here's the other snare. Crunchy. It's like a clap that just, I don't know, it just adds this crunch to it. So there you go. So far, building the beat up with the drums and the rhythm. Looks like I kept the same rhythm throughout. Just switched it up a little bit at the end of the 8 bars here. And then I added this insane, I think it's a hi-hat loop, which worked really well with it. Yeah, because it has some nice rolls here and there, and I thought it fit well. So check it out. Also cut the lows. So it's coming together. And next thing I added here, I just let you be surprised when I start out. It's a shaker. So check it out. Just to add a little more flavor, man. Like little things like that, adding percussion here and there, definitely, it makes your stuff stand out. I think next was the percussion element. Like I said, I add little things in the background just to kind of give it more feel. They're like water drops. I don't know if you heard it, but here, check it out. And I made a rhythm out of it. So you got this underlining rhythm that just makes you want to bounce to it. So see? Yeah, this beat's crazy. The next thing I added was an open hi-hat on the end of the beat, just a little small nuance thing. All right, and then something, I think I used a hit, a string hit. So it's like a bending string, goes down. And you make sure you pitch those because the hits aren't always in key with your song. So let me see that one. Where was it? String stab. Yeah. So the pitch is just like how you pitch an 808. You and I think this one was already in key, but you go to edit in audio editor, and then you can go to the flag and detect pitch regions. And this one has a lot of movement, but usually the loudest sound for this particular one, I would do A sharp 6, and then you can close it and go back. I don't know why it closes like that, but and then go to your wrench tool and right click A sharp 6. That's how you pitch it in 808 as well. Here it is. This is A sharp 6, but I'm gonna keep it at C. And usually, if it's at C, you can kind of fish around on this. And find the note that way. So that's a quick way of doing that too. So, and last but not least, in the beat is the 808. So I did a lot of stuff with this 808. I cut out the highs with EQ. EQ I usually start with. I used the R-bass stereo, which is insane what you can do with 808s and sub bass with this thing, especially if you know what you're doing. You can isolate frequencies and use adjust the intensity and how much you want it to go through the plugin. You can visually see how many harmonics. So yeah, I took already a dope sound, but I made it even better. This is with R-bass, decapitator, and the limiter you won't hear, you know, because of it's sidechain to the kick. So you saw the big difference that those plugins made to it. To that particular sub bass. And to show you how to sidechain, what you want to do is select the kick and right click down here on the arrow, like this arrow, and it'll appear. And let me just show you right now. Right click, sidechain to this track. Hopefully I don't have to do it again. Remember, click on the kick first and then right click on the bass or 808 and load up Fruity Limiter, you know, in your plugins or whatever, and select comp, which is short for compression, and route it to 1 usually. And I paused it so you can visually see. This is the kick cutting into the 808. This way you don't have frequencies that are clashing. And you can also save different presets here. So you have a quick sidechain preset. That way I don't have to keep doing adjusting. But what you can do is adjust the release, how fast you want. Usually I'll just turn the ratio up and then the E all the way up, and then notice how I lower the threshold, it cuts through more. So you can adjust based on taste, based on how you want your beat to be. So it doesn't, you know, have a this is what you must do, this is how you do it. It's not like that. You can adjust things based on how you want it to sound for that particular beat. So just wanted to show you some quick things that I did in this beat. And for the verse, I just lowered the piano in volume, and that's a little trick you can do to kind of give space for the artist. So let me hit the intro and a little bit of the chorus and the verse, and that way you kind of feel. And I'm gonna play what I did at the end. I did a full mix level at halftime that I thought was kind of cool how I ended it, and a chord at the end. It was dope, man. So anyway, hopefully you're enjoying the video, hopefully you're enjoying the beat. So let me hit play, and you can vibe out. Yeah, I don't know, I get excited when I hear music, and I'm happy this came out pretty dope. I'm gonna let you hear a little thing I did at the end. Sometimes I'll just do something random at the end where, you know, I got this from Timbaland. Timbaland back in the day would do like a little, just one instrument that he didn't have in a beat at the end, and or just do something crazy at the end where you're like, yo, is that a different beat? So anyway, I got the idea from him. Shout out to Timbaland, one of my favorite producers. So check it out. My bad, I didn't turn on the mastering effects, so it might get a little louder here. So I'll spare your ears and skip to right here. My bad, I didn't think it'll go to 92%. The video would have stopped. So yeah, it only does that because I had so much mastering stuff going on in the mastering chain, and also I'm shooting the video at the same time. So my bad for all the stutters. I could have went in the settings and changed some underruns, but that was hilarious to me. You know how it is when you got too many plugins on and your processing power is just to the max, and also got mad internet stuff open right now. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you're inspired to make something dope. Hopefully you learned something that I went through. And again, it's DJ Fanatic Beats, content contributor for LiveOffBeats.com. If you'd like to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram at DJ Fanatic Beats. That's PHANATIC, or Sounds for Producers as well, Instagram. Peace and love, and keep making dope music.